Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and today I have my December TBR. The first book that I've got to read is the Faber Book of Christmas. The collection was edited by Simon Ray. It was reprinted last year after it was originally printed in 1996, and it's just a collection of Christmas thoughts from various writers throughout the world, and I am hoping to enjoy it. I got it for Christmas last year when everyone was talking about it, so you know, gotta give it a go, ain't I? This one is just that weird one. I don't like entering the new year having left the year before with books that I haven't finished. And I don't know why I feel like that, because I was watching my first Vlogmas video of last year, yesterday, and discovered that I actually started The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss a year ago. I am currently 455 pages in. There are 900 pages in this book. I'm going to try and finish it this month because I don't like the idea of this book being part of my life for nearly, it's going to look like 3 years, isn't it? 2016 to 17 to 19. And then next I have The End of the Day by Claire North, which was my first Willoughby Book Club book way back in January. I think I got it on January the 3rd. I'm on page 78. It follows this guy called Charlie, apparently, and Death's going to visit people, but he visits them first. I started rereading the Harry Potter books back in July, and usually it only takes me a month to reread them, but I decided to wait, and I was supposed to be reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix with Anthony, of Anthony Andrews, and he got a certain way in. I got to page 180, about to start chapter 11. Harry's only just got to Hogwarts, and I've put the book down to read absolutely everything else, so I've still got 500 and something pages of this book to read. I then have, what's this one called now? The Half-Blood Prince and the Deathly Hallows to read. That's going to be fantastic, isn't it? I don't know why I set myself this task of only being able to read them in, 1 year, because last year I read the first 3 maybe, or just 1. And this year, rather than start at book 2, I started at book 1 again, because for some reason, if I get to the end of the year, the next year I've just got to start from the beginning. It makes no sense to me. Whilst we're talking about Harry Potter, I suppose that I will also put in that I'm going to be trying to read Lethal White by Robert Galbraith, the 4th Cormoran Strike book. And yeah, the only reason I purchased this book was because people on BookTube were disliking something that I would like, and because they like something I disliked. So I thought, well, let's have a go. It's a very long book. Will I get to it? Probably not, but I do have Christmas week off, so we could try it then. I should also say that I was planning to read that for the Cloak and Dagger Christmas. In that vein, let's also talk about some of the other crime fiction that I've got to read this Christmas. I have Silent Nights, which is Christmas mysteries. I believe there are 17 in here. They're all short stories. This next one I have is Mystery in White by Jefferson Farjeon, and this is basically Christmas Eve. There's a heavy snowfall, a train's come to a halt, and there's going to be some murder, I believe. If there's not murder, I'm going to be sad. Is there murder? Is there murder? Yes, there's going to be a murder. I shouldn't be so excited. But I like crime fiction, and it suits Christmas brilliantly. And then I also have Crimson Snow, which was edited by Martin Edwards, which is a series of 12 stories, a dozen, Baker's dozen. No, not a Baker's dozen. Baker's dozen's more than that. Anyway, I got some books out of the library. We're moving on to more children's books. We have The Wonderling by Mira Bartok. The Wonderling by Mira Bartok. I think I said it correctly this time. Anyhow, a home that is run by this evil Mrs. Carbuncle, and there is this child that's also a fox that's also something else, and it seemed like an adventure story. And when I was I was doing this thing, not scrolling, I was flipping through it, and I saw the word Christmas Eve, and so I thought, well, it might do for this month. And then I've got The Snow Merchant by Sam Gayton, which is illustrated by Chris Riddell, and I'm pretty sure my friend Lily of Lycius Reads told me to read this a few years ago, and, snow, Christmas, all that fun stuff. Next, I have Sky Song by Abby Elphinstone. Basically, there's snow mentioned in this again. It's got quite the wintry cover. I thought it would fit. It also seems pretty short. We have Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell, a book that I was meant to read in university 2011 or 12. Abercrombie lent me her copy way back then, and I still haven't read it. And I'm trying to get through all of her books now, so that means reading this. and reading Iliwaka by Peter Carey, which has been mentioned on this channel tons in the past, and I have never got to it. And this year really has to be the time, although the writing is extremely tiny, and I'm probably going to end up short-sighted by the end of December if I try the 600 and something... 600 and something? Oh, it's only 569 pages. Well, you know, we could do that in an hour, can't we? Books from the library. Northern Lights, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass, all by Philip Pullman, the His Dark Materials trilogy, a series that I have tried to read since I was a child. I remember getting the final 2 books in that trilogy in 2001, second-hand, never reading them because I was waiting to find Northern Lights. Actually had my job at Age UK, so this is 2008, 2009, and I only read the first book because I was racing my brother to see which one of us could finish faster, as in, he was playing the video game on his Nintendo DS, and I was reading the book one Christmas, so I was still at school then, and we were just trying to see who could win. He won, but I finished half an hour later, so... Then I listened to The Subtle Knife at some point within the last few years, but I've never got to The Amber Spyglass, so we're starting at the beginning again, and we're gonna see if we can do this. And them's the books. Chances are I will actually find other books that I want to read in that time. I've actually taken A Christmas Carol off this list, and that would be the first time I haven't read that book in years, so you know, that may end up on this list in future. I don't know. If you have read any of these books and recommend that I read one of them before others, please feel free to tell me which one I should opt for first in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, that is all.